Us women, we want to, I remember you said live a life of leisure one time, or we want to be taken care of by our man, we want to be protected by our man. If it turns to be the other way and I got to protect my man and I got to go out and build the house and do this and do that, I'm going to be pissed.
Eventually you're going to resent it.
The thing is that you do protect your man. So
you protect them different ways.
Right.
That's the difference. It's naturally in you to protect him in certain ways. Like,
just like mechanistically.
No, if you all right.
No. I mean, if that's the way you're talking about, like if you had to take on the role of a man, you're talking about protecting him.
No, I'm not saying if I had to take on the role of a man. I'm saying it should not come to a point where I feel as though the roles are reversed. I don't ever want to feel as though I am my man's man and he is my woman. And that's do you get what I'm saying? That's what you will feel
because
naturally
it's
that's
not
normal.
what you're supposed to be doing. It's innate. It's innate.
You don't get what I'm saying? What are you confused about?
No, I get it. But I thought that's what I said.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
So I do believe that we are likely born with some sort of innate disposition. Mm-hmm. But a lot of what we do is plain nurture.
Okay.
Like you know, as a woman, you know, to keep your legs like this because your mama or your grandma hit you on your leg and say, you know, why you sitting like a nigga? You know what I mean?
It's unnatural. Right? If you sitting there with your coochie lips open.
Well, actually, no, this is really comfortable, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but you're saying if you didn't get that proper.
Yeah. So if you know, if your granny or your mama didn't tell you, baby, go put on a girdle, some Spanx, do something with yourself, then you wouldn't know that is what we women do. Mm-hmm. If your mama didn't show you how to clean your ass. No, that's for real.
You're right, though.
If your mama don't show you how to clean your ass, then you walking around like a dude doing whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? No. Like
he's saying not all guys are like that.
Of course, no, and I know all guys aren't like that. But I think that's nurture, and nurture is literally just like.
No, it's not, because let me tell you why that's not natural. Before civilization and before we wore clothing, women were naked. And you have an opened vagina, your legs could not be open. You had to keep it closed or else you can be infected to bacteria. Men can do that because we have a penis. So the truth is where you think it's not nurture. It's actually nature.
If this is comfortable to me, why can't I sit like this?
Because you would eventually get a yeast infection. You would get bacteria in your vagina. If I'm talking about before civilization.
Right. And again,
wait, hold on. Because there is a difference in what you're saying and what she's saying, because this feels natural.
Yes.
All of the all of it makes sense. Yes. But we don't know that. We're just.
You know why? Because you now have clothing.
Why I don't.
You now have clothing. But what I'm telling you is before civilization and where we think, no, the reason that I close my legs is because my mother told me to. But the truth is, it's intrinsic in your DNA, because since the beginning of time, this may have been before your time, but this is what women did. This is what women did intrinsic, because it was actually survival tactics.
So women were like this?
No, but their legs were closed, because if not, their vaginas, which is open, could be susceptible to bacteria, and then they would get sick. So through getting infected over years and years, they learned to keep their legs closed. So what I'm trying to make you understand is right now, because we have the luxury of clothing, because we have the luxury to believe that this is what we were taught. No, this is actually a survival tactic. That's what it was for females. You know, and if you go far back enough, you will come to realize a lot of things that we think we were taught by society were, no, I'm sorry. They were just survival tactics that we had to do because of the way that God designed us.
It was a survival tactic that was passed down and nurtured like that.
I think you guys are both saying the same thing in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I don't know. I
once again, I don't have to be right. I was just giving my perspective.
Historically, you know, if that's the case, I understand it. But again, as that was passed down, that was still nurtured. So if my whoever, great whatever, from the 1400s was doing that, that means she told her daughter, then her daughter, then her, and it kept going.
You guys are both saying it started from somewhere, from a point.
Right.
That's why I think you guys aren't.
But I'm saying it wasn't social conditioning.
I think you don't have a mic.
This is nature. He's saying this is nature. She's saying this is nurture.
I'm saying that it is social conditioning, exactly. But it was from the environment rather than by the patriarchy or society itself.
We're not born to do certain things, right? And then
I believe there are certain things we are born to do as males and females. They're intrinsic in our DNA.
Right, but what I'm saying is that you can't blur the lines of what's innate, meaning you're born with it, versus nurture.
I guess Speed was doing like a Twitch stream, and you saw the father, and he had his daughters, and he was like, listen, I got all these daughters, and I don't know how many wives he had or whatever, but it's like, okay, you want my daughter? Like, you got to add to my community. Like, I need whatever cows or whatever. Did anybody?
Dowry.
The dowry, like the dowry.
But I also think that there's a set of principles that they live by, right? Where a man is not going to take on a wife. You need to
get
back.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas if we did that here, guys that have 30 wives that they can't even take care of.
Right, exactly.
They wouldn't have any women because they have to. You have to work to get to that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're missing God.
I mean,
Definitely.
and the thing is that like we historically have worked, even if because in Africa it's very tribal, obviously, but within those tribes, everybody worked in community with each other. And I think Black people, we've been doing it forever, because let's say you're an enslaved person and your such and such gets one of your kids or whoever gets sold away. But luckily, they auntie got sold too. So now that was her child to take care of. So I think in America, I think we have typically lived in commune with each other. But I think, and you said this, I think the problem is that imitating those in power, I think that we have moved away from what made us who we were and why we were able to flourish.
I feel like we've been separated.
I think what's missing is the return of shame, because community doesn't matter if shame does not exist, because the only thing that keeps people in line when there's community is that shame.
That's why that man can walk away from 20 babies.
Bring back shame.
People don't even care about
shame.
The embarrassment. Shame. People are not even embarrassed. Like, back in the day, if you embarrass your family, it's a problem.
Listen, I'm Haitian.
Or you think about embarrassing your parents.
My oldest brother, he came to America when he was 16 years old. He got arrested for a DUI and called home from the bookends crying, "Oh my God, I shamed the family." Because in Haiti, if you get arrested, it is the biggest, it's the biggest stain. And, when I was born in America, I'm like, stop crying, you punk.
Right. Isn't that crazy though? But isn't that crazy, the difference? Because I tell my friends that all the time. Growing up, I didn't even realize that I was just Black. I'm African American.
But once again, the shame of that is what always kept him in line to not want to get arrested. Right. For me, there was nothing shameful about it, because coming from the bookends was like, oh God, I just spent the weekend in the bookends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no consequence. How about those that do wrong is a whole community within itself.
Right.
And probably a larger community than those that do right.
That's true.
Things used to be so strict. Like, I don't feel like rules are being broken and people are just loving it. Like, I feel like there's no more.
It's an overcorrection, because you have to think about it. Like, say you got pregnant in the 70s, like, you and your high school boyfriend, baby, your mama was sending you either go live somewhere else or you had an abortion.
Yeah. On the low. Yeah.
So again, I think it's just a huge overcorrection. And unfortunately, we're living in the time where we've seen the correction, and slowly it's going back somewhere, because it can't stay here. It's too left. It can't stay here.
So I think
for a functional society, I think it's too left.
I think it will be our demise as humankind if it remains this way.
Yeah.
The Bible says that. Like, this is technology era. Like, this is where all of the things that are talked about in the Bible are occurring. Greed. People are just constantly eating. Oh, I see this food online. I want to eat it. Lust. Everything is hyper.
Everything's in excess.
It's extreme right now.